Chosen ones. If you keep seeing 7 signs, it confirms your quantum leap. Have you ever felt like you were somehow different from everyone around you? Like you were born with an invisible hand quietly guiding you towards something greater, something unseen but deeply felt? If so, you might be one of the chosen ones. And if you keep seeing these 7 unmistakable signs, it confirms your quantum leap, the moment where your reality bends, breaks, and rebuilds itself around a new you. This isn't just a fanciful idea. It's a pattern, a secret rhythm of the universe that very few ever recognize, much less follow. Today I invite you to walk this hidden path with me, because once you see the signs, there's no unseeing them. Once you awaken, you cannot fall back asleep. I remember when I first began noticing the signs. At first they were subtle, almost laughable. Coincidences, strange dreams, numbers repeating themselves, a deep restlessness that no success, no relationship, no external validation could soothe. But then it grew louder, more insistent. It felt like the universe itself was whispering directly into my soul, tugging me towards something my mind couldn't yet comprehend. Have you ever felt a calling that you couldn't explain? A magnetic pull that tugged at the very bones of your being? If you have, then stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal may change everything.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
The first sign is profound in a restlessness, a sense that the life you're living, no matter how comfortable or successful, is not the life you were born for. It's a soft but persistent ache, a yearning that refuses to be numbed. You could try distracting yourself with work, relationships, or entertainment, but deep down, the restlessness grows stronger. It's the soul's way of reminding you, you did not come here to be mediocre. You came here to soar. The second sign is the sudden collapse of old structures. Friendships end. Jobs are lost. Long-held dreams suddenly feel hollow. It feels like your world is falling apart. But what's really happening is that the universe is clearing the space necessary for your quantum leap. Imagine trying to build a magnificent temple on a plot filled with broken debris. The demolition must come first. Painful? Yes. Necessary? Absolutely. The third sign is an almost eerie increase in synchronicities. You think of someone and they call. You dream of a place and it appears in a movie the next day. You keep seeing the same numbers: 1111, 222, 777 over and over. These are not accidents. They are breadcrumbs, lovingly placed by the universe to reassure you that you're on the right path. When was the last time you truly paid attention to the coincidences in your life? Could it be that they aren't coincidences at all? The fourth sign is a disconnection from material pursuits. Have you noticed how the things that used to thrill you, money, fame, possessions, start to lose their luster? It's not that they're bad, it's just that your soul is beginning to crave something richer, something eternal. You start seeking experiences over possessions, wisdom over wealth, connection over conquest. It's a radical shift, and it terrifies many. But if you feel it, rejoice, it means your quantum leap is near. The fifth sign is the emergence of heightened sensitivity. You feel other people's emotions. You can sense the energy of a room before anyone speaks. You might even find yourself overwhelmed by crowds or loud environments. Your senses are sharpening not by accident but by design. You are being prepared to navigate a higher, more subtle reality, a world where energy speaks louder than words. The sixth sign is the confrontation with your deepest fears. Suddenly, you are face to face with the very things you've spent your whole life avoiding. Insecurities, traumas, doubts, they all rise to the surface. This is not punishment, it's purification. Before a quantum leap, the universe demands that you travel light. You cannot carry your old fears into your new destiny, which fear, if you faced it today, would set you free tomorrow. And the seventh sign is the sudden, inexplicable knowing that you are not alone. You begin to feel guided, supported, watched over. Whether you call it God, the universe, your higher self, or your ancestors, you start to sense a benevolent presence at your side. This is not imagination, it's connection. You are aligning with the unseen realms that have always been waiting for you to remember them. You see, the chosen ones are not chosen because they are better than others. They are chosen because they choose themselves. They hear the call and they answer it. They see the signs and they follow them. They face the fear and they move through it. They are not perfect. They are simply willing. Willing to leap when everything inside them screams to stay. Willing to trust when the path ahead is pitch black. Willing to transform when staying the same would be easier. If you are seeing these signs, it's not random, it's not a fluke, it's an invitation, a sacred summons from the very core of the universe, beckoning you to step into the life you were always meant to live. But here's the thing, the leap is terrifying. It will cost you everything that is false. It will demand your absolute surrender. It will force you to become someone you have never been, and yet someone you have always been deep down. Are you ready to leap, even if you cannot see the net? Are you ready to burn the bridges to your old self, knowing you can never go back? Are you ready to say yes to the unknown, yes to the mystery, yes to the infinite possibilities waiting for you? Because if you are, then keep watching. Because in the next part, we're going deeper. We're going to explore what it truly means to say yes to the quantum leap, and how to navigate the sacred chaos that inevitably follows. This is not for the faint of heart, but neither are you. The sacred chaos, how to survive the storm before your quantum leap. When you say yes to your quantum leap, something extraordinary happens, but it's not what you might expect. The skies don't open with angels singing. The world doesn't immediately shower you with blessings. No, what comes first is chaos, sacred chaos. A storm that tears through everything you thought you knew about yourself and your life. And if you don't understand what's happening, you might think you made a mistake. But I promise you, the chaos is the proof that the leap is real. Imagine a seed buried deep in the soil. Before it can become a towering tree, it must break apart. The outer shell must crack. The comfortable darkness must be left behind. Only through destruction can growth happen. So it is with you. Your old self, the one built on fear, on conditioning, on survival, cannot come with you into the new world you are creating. It must be shed. It must dissolve. And that process feels violent, frightening, disorienting, but it is necessary. You will find yourself questioning everything. Your relationships, your career, your beliefs, even your sense of identity. You may wake up feeling like a stranger in your own life. You may feel lost, ungrounded, unsure. This is not a sign that you're failing. It's a sign that you're evolving. You are being emptied so that you can be filled with something greater. This sacred chaos often shows up in unexpected ways. People you thought would always be in your life may drift away or turn against you. Opportunities that once seemed promising may suddenly vanish. Your health, your finances, your emotional stability, all of these may be tested. Why? Because the universe is asking you a simple but profound question. Who are you, really, when everything else is stripped away? Will you cling to the old, familiar patterns out of fear? Or will you trust the unseen forces that are guiding you toward your highest destiny? I know this storm intimately. I have lived it. I have watched everything I built crumble before my eyes. only to realize later that it was never meant to last. It was scaffolding, temporary structures built to support me until I was strong enough to stand on my own, in truth, in power, in love. And yes, you are stronger than you think. You wouldn't be seeing the signs if you weren't ready. You wouldn't be here, listening to these words, if you weren't already deep into your transformation. You are not broken. You are breaking open. So, how do you survive the sacred chaos? How do you keep moving forward when everything inside you wants to run back to safety? First, you surrender. You stop fighting the storm. You let it wash over you, trusting that it's not here to destroy you, but to cleanse you. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means giving in to the higher intelligence that knows exactly what you need, even if your mind cannot yet comprehend it. Second, you anchor yourself in the present moment. When the future is uncertain and the past is crumbling, the only safe place is now. Breathe. Feel your heartbeat. Notice the sensations in your body. Ground yourself in the simple fact that you are alive, right here, right now. This is your power. Third, you cultivate radical self-compassion. The old you is dying. The new you is being born. This is the most vulnerable, tender, sacred process you will ever experience. Be gentle with yourself. Speak to yourself as you would to a beloved child. Celebrate every tiny step forward, every small act of courage. Fourth, you seek out the still, small voice within. In the midst of the chaos, there is a part of you ancient, wise, unshakable that knows the way. It whispers rather than shouts. It nudges rather than demands. Make space to listen. Journal, meditate, walk in nature, sit in silence. Do whatever it takes to tune in to the deeper wisdom that lives within you. And finally, you trust. Trust the process. Trust the signs. Trust yourself. Trust that the universe is conspiring in your favor, even when it looks like everything is falling apart. Especially when it looks like everything is falling apart. Because here's the truth, the quantum leap is not just a change in circumstance. It's a metamorphosis of being. It's a complete rewiring of your reality from the inside out. And that kind of profound transformation requires a total surrender of the old structures, the old stories, the old self. So I ask you now, in the midst of your own sacred chaos, can you find the courage to trust what you cannot yet see? Can you hold on to your vision even when the evidence around you suggests you should give up? Can you love yourself fiercely, tenderly, unconditionally, as you stumble and fall and rise again on the path to your destiny? Because if you can, then you are already leaping, you are already becoming, you are already aligning with the version of yourself that you came here to embody. And here's the most beautiful part. Once you pass through the storm, once you emerge from the sacred chaos, you will recognize that the storm was never against you. It was for you. It was you. It was the fierce, loving energy of your own soul shaking you awake. You will look back and realize that every tear, every loss, every heartbreak was a doorway into more love, more freedom, more truth. You will see that nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Everything was perfectly orchestrated for your highest good. And you will stand in the new world you have created not as a victim, but as a creator. Not as someone who barely survived, but as someone who triumphed. Not as a seeker, but as someone who has found. Because you are not just here to witness miracles, you are here to be the miracle. Reprogramming the matrix, how reality bends to the will of the awakened soul. When you step through the sacred chaos, something miraculous begins to happen. Slowly at first, like the first rays of dawn piercing the night. Then faster, like a river gaining speed after breaking through a dam. Reality itself starts to shift around you. It's subtle, almost imperceptible in the beginning. You notice small changes, a conversation that seems divinely timed, an unexpected opportunity, a feeling of ease where there once was struggle. You might even doubt your own senses, but make no mistake, the quantum leap has begun. You are no longer operating under the same laws that once governed your life. You have cracked the code. You have reprogrammed the matrix. The quantum leap doesn't happen because you wish it into existence. It happens because you become the kind of person for whom the new reality is inevitable. You don't chase it, you embody it. You don't beg for it, you command it through your being. Every thought you think, every belief you entertain, every action you take sends out a signal to the universe, a frequency that shapes the very fabric of your experience. You are no longer a passive observer. You are the architect of your own destiny. This is why the old world had to collapse. It was built on outdated coding, fear, scarcity, doubt. If you had tried to leap without first shedding those programs, you would have only recreated the same limitations in a new form. The sacred chaos was not random destruction, it was a sacred reset. A clearing of the field so that you could plant new seeds in fertile ground. Now, with every breath, you are writing new code. You are declaring through your energy, I am abundant. I am free. I am guided. I am powerful. And the universe, like a faithful mirror, reflects those declarations back to you in form. People, places, events, synchronicities, they all rearrange themselves to match your upgraded frequency. What once seemed impossible now feels natural. What once felt out of reach now flows effortlessly into your life. But there's a secret here, one that many miss. The quantum leap does not remove all challenges from your path. In fact, sometimes the challenges intensify, but your relationship to them transforms. Where you once saw obstacles, you now see opportunities. Where you once felt fear, you now feel excitement. Where you once doubted, you now trust. Reality bends not because the external world changes overnight, but because your internal lens becomes so clear, so powerful, that you can see and create possibilities where none appeared before. There is a moment, and you will know it when it comes, when everything clicks. You will feel a deep, unshakable sense of alignment, a knowing beyond the mind that you are exactly where you are meant to be, that every step, every misstep, every heartbreak, every triumph was leading you here. You will feel the pulse of the universe beating in your own chest. You will realize that you were never separate from the divine forces guiding your journey. You and the universe are one, dancing together in a symphony of creation. At this point, manifestation becomes less about desperate effort and more about inspired action. You will find yourself drawn to things, people, and experiences that feel magnetically right. You will speak words that carry power. You will make choices from a place of inner certainty rather than external pressure. You will notice that time seems to behave differently. Opportunities arrive faster, healing unfolds quicker, dreams take root and blossom with astonishing speed. And yet, amidst all this magic, a deeper humility emerges. You realize that the leap was never about glorifying the ego or accumulating more for its own sake. The true quantum leap is a return to the truth of who you are, to the love that birthed you, to the infinite intelligence that animates all things. The external changes are merely reflections of the internal revolution. The real victory is in the freedom you feel, the peace that no circumstance can touch. I need to ask you now, as you stand on the threshold of this new reality, who will you choose to be? Now that you know you are the creator, not the victim, what kind of world will you build? Will you create for your own glory, or will you create as an offering to the greater whole? Will you hoard your light, or will you become a beacon for others still lost in their sacred chaos? Because the quantum leap is not just for you, It is for everyone whose life you will touch with your transformed presence. It is for every soul who will look at you and think, if they can leap, maybe I can too. Your awakening is the catalyst for countless others. Your courage becomes a bridge across the chasm of fear. So stand tall. Breathe deep. Walk forward with the quiet, unstoppable power of one who has remembered their true nature. The Matrix is no longer your master. You are its reprogrammer, its artist, its poet. You are the living proof that reality is not fixed, not final, not rigid. It is fluid, alive, and infinitely responsive to the awakened soul. You have crossed the threshold. You have become the leap itself. Living beyond the leap, becoming a lighthouse in a world still asleep. Crossing into your new reality is not the end of the journey, it is the beginning of a far greater one. The quantum leap is not a final destination, it is the birth of a new way of being. You have stepped into a higher frequency, a brighter light, and with that light comes a sacred responsibility. You are no longer just living for yourself. You are now a lighthouse for those who are still lost in the storm, those who are still battling the sacred chaos without knowing that the chaos is, in fact, their awakening. You have seen what few dare to see. You have remembered what most have forgotten. And so now the question becomes, how will you live? It can be tempting, after the leap, to retreat into isolation, to protect your newfound peace from the noise and confusion of a world still trapped in illusion. But you did not leap just to hide. You leapt to lead. You leapt to love. You leapt to shine so brightly that others cannot help but remember their own light. The world needs your presence. It needs your authenticity, your compassion, your courage. It needs your story, not the polished, perfect version, but the raw, real one. The story of how you broke apart and became whole. The story of how you lost everything and found yourself. The story of how the signs led you home. Being a lighthouse does not mean preaching or persuading. It means living so fully, so freely, so unapologetically in your truth that others feel safe to do the same. It means embodying the frequency of love in a world that has forgotten how to love. It means standing tall in your light even when the winds of doubt, fear, and judgment howl around you. It means being willing to be misunderstood, to be ridiculed, even to be rejected, all because you refuse to dim your brilliance to make others comfortable. This is not an easy path. It is not for the faint-hearted. There will be days when you feel alone, days when you wonder if the leap was worth it, days when the old world tries to pull you back with its heavy hands. But on those days, remember this: you are not alone. Every chosen one who has ever walked this earth stands with you. Every soul who has ever dared to awaken watches over you. You are part of a vast, invisible network of light pulsing across dimensions, across lifetimes, across realities. You are never alone. And the beauty of being a lighthouse is that you do not have to force your light onto anyone. You simply shine. And those who are ready will find you. They will recognize something ancient and familiar in your presence. They will feel seen, understood, awakened, even if they cannot explain why. Your very existence becomes an invitation you can leap to. You can be free too. You can remember who you are too. As you live beyond the leap, you will notice that miracles become natural. Synchronicities become your daily language with the universe. Love flows effortlessly through your words, your actions, your very being. Challenges still arise, but you meet them with grace, with trust, with an unshakable knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly. You do not fear the unknown because you have become the unknown. You are a living mystery, a walking miracle, a testament to the infinite possibilities of the human spirit. So today, as you stand in the brilliance of your own becoming, ask yourself, what kind of lighthouse will you be? Will you shine timidly, or will you blaze with the full force of your soul's fire? Will you hide your truth? Or will you live it boldly, fiercely, tenderly? Will you shrink to fit the old world? Or will you expand fearlessly into the new one? Because the world is waiting for you. It is hungering for your light, your love, your leadership. It is crying out for the ones who have leapt, the ones who have seen, the ones who have remembered. It is time. Time to live beyond the leap. Time to shine without apology. Time to become the lighthouse you were always meant to be. And so I leave you with this final question. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? You are ready. You have always been ready. Shine